I'm Governor Larry Hogan. Our state is taking unprecedented and aggressive actions in the fight to stop the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic here in Maryland. As you know, I recently issued a stay-at-home directive to ensure that no Marylander leaves his or her home unless it is for an essential job or for an essential purpose. I know how difficult this is on each and every one of you. There's a great deal of fear and anxiety, and the truth is that none of us really know how bad this is going to get or how long it's going to last. But I can promise you that there are a great many dedicated people doing tremendous things, working around the clock, and doing their very best to help keep Marylanders safe. In the days to come, we're going to need to depend on each other, to look out for one another, and to take care of each other, because we are all in this together, and we will get through this together.
This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, April 9th, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Last evening at about 8:30 p.m., gunshots rang out in Eastport at the corner of Monroe Street and President Street. We don't have all the details just yet because the police department is still investigating, but we do understand that a 21-year-old male was suffering from multiple gunshot wounds to the upper body and did have a problem with his airway. He was flown by helicopter to shock trauma in Baltimore. Another person was injured with a gunshot wound to the foot. The condition of either of those victims is not known at this point, and we will update the story a little bit later on today, so you want to make sure you're checking back into eyeonannapolis.net a little bit later on this morning. Yesterday afternoon at about 1:30 p.m., the Maryland Natural Resources Police recovered the body of 8-year-old Gideon McKean. The body of the boy's mother, Maeve Kennedy Townsend McKean, was recovered 2 days ago. Both bodies were found in about 25 feet of water just off the coast of Deal, Maryland. Maeve McKean is the granddaughter of Robert F. Kennedy and the daughter of former Lieutenant Governor Kathleen Kennedy Townsend. Late last night, we heard that there was a shakeup at Visit Annapolis in Anne Arundel County. That is the Convention and Visitors Bureau for Anne Arundel County. President and CEO Connie Delsigneur submitted her resignation abruptly on Saturday, April 4th. We tried to get some information, but we were unsuccessful just because they are closed down. We did reach out to several board members, and we have also learned that Board of Directors Chair Senator John Astle has also resigned his position. According to their website, Danny Botcher, who used to be the chief financial officer, has been named the executive director, but I do believe that is an acting role at this point. We will have some more information on this as it becomes available. If you haven't filed your mail-in taxes, you want to listen to this. Comptroller Peter Franchot is urging everybody to file electronically as soon as possible, and if you happen to be filing like the dinosaurs with the paper return, you want to make sure you get them in by April 10th. They need to be postmarked by April 10th because the agency is temporarily pausing paper tax return processing on April 15th in order to make sure that the essential employees are safe from the spread of the COVID-19 virus. In a statement, Franchot said, "We want to make sure every Marylander due a refund gets it as soon as possible, especially during this economic crisis. We are taking this step to balance that goal with our commitment to protecting the health of our dedicated team processing those paper returns. Mailing your paper income tax return by April 10th will help ensure timely processing." And speaking of money stuff, yesterday we told you about Wells Fargo's woes where they couldn't loan the money that the government had given them. Well, the Federal Reserve has now, quote, temporarily and very narrowly modified the asset cap on Wells Fargo so they are able to lend more money under the SBA Paycheck Protection Program. That's the PPP that everybody was looking forward to. The Fed did not say how much they raised the cap to, so we don't know exactly how much money will be available. And it is only applicable to loans under the PPP and the Federal Reserve's upcoming Main Street lending program, so they did restrict him there a little bit more. Probably not a good time to be a small business customer with Wells Fargo. Sounds like they're having all sorts of problems. If you do want to find out what to do for your small business, there is a great website that has just been released. It's called reliefwizard.net. That is called the Maryland Business Relief Wizard, and basically you put in a couple questions for your business, and it will tell you exactly what programs you may qualify for here in the state of Maryland, as well as on the federal level. Very simple to do, reliefwizard.net. And throughout this COVID-19 state of emergency, there are an awful lot of rumors that are going around, and MEMA, which is the Maryland Emergency Management Agency, has now put up a rumor control website. The best way to get to it is to Google Maryland COVID and rumor, because they have it buried in a really deep, long URL that I don't want to say out. But the website lays out each rumor that they've heard and lists the actual facts surrounding it, along with the sources and where the information came from and when that information was provided. For example, they debunked the thing that the National Guard was occupying Baltimore. And one interesting rumor is the very last one on the page, and it said that the academic calendar year 2019-2020 will be repeated again next year. And the answer for that one was, at this time, that decision has not yet been made by the Maryland State Department of Education. I thought that was interesting phrasing there. And speaking of the Maryland State Department of Education, Karen Salmon, who is the superintendent, said yesterday that the Maryland Public Schools must be prepared to continue teaching classes online into the fall and winter if the spread of the coronavirus continues or makes a resurgence in the fall. Currently, she said she is ramping up the online and distance learning capabilities in case schools must remain closed into the 2020-2021 academic year. Let's hope it doesn't go that far. All right, and the Downtown Annapolis Partnership has created a great new website called AnnapolisStrong.com. It actually just redirects to one of the pages on the Downtown Annapolis Partnership page. But what this is a single page where you can get all the information about the stores that are open, order a dinner, buy a gift card. You can actually tour some art galleries online. So pretty much everything that's happening in downtown Annapolis, if you want to know about it, if you want to support the local businesses, go to AnnapolisStrong.com. And finally, as we wrap up, one of the harbingers of spring, or perhaps even early summer, has always been the Paca Girlfriends Party at the William Paca House and Gardens. Usually scheduled about the third week of June, and tickets are usually on sale by now. They realize they're probably not going to be able to get that underway, but they have rescheduled it already for September 16th. This Paca Girlfriends Party is the brainchild of Judy Herman, who is the owner of Herman Advertising, Branding, and Technology, and it was a way to support historic Annapolis. And it's been just a runaway success for 11 years. This will be their 12th year. VIP tickets are available now. The general admission tickets will go on sale May 1st. And the reason I'm telling you about this almost a month in advance is because they typically sell out within a couple hours. You can find out more information and get tickets, and there are some sponsorship opportunities as well. Go to pacagirlfriends.com, and that's PACA. All right, that does wrap it up. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net a little bit later on today for updates on these stories and more, because we do update them throughout the day. If you are someplace you can leave us a rating or a review, please do that as well, and let all your friends and family know about us and how to get a hold of us and how to subscribe. It is Thursday. We have Trevor with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes, and as we have every day, George Young with your local DMV weather forecast. All that coming up in just 1 minute, but first, Solar Energy Services.
Hello, Marylanders. This is Rick Peters, President of Solar Energy Services in Millersville, Maryland. First, I'd like to recognize Governor Larry Hogan and County Executive Stuart Pittman for their leadership through this pandemic, as we all continue to adjust to new norms in these challenging times. To be sure, we'll come out of this situation with some permanent changes to our way of life, including the possibility of a greater commitment to a more holistic and sustainable lifestyle. Because of that, maybe now is a good time for you to start thinking about your energy future, including a shift to solar for your home or business. Fortunately, Solar Energy Services utilizes interactive technology tools that allow us to continue to do business safely while providing detailed, accurate presentations and proposals from a distance. So don't hesitate to schedule a free solar design with us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. Sunshine's a-wasting, but together, we'll get through this.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, April 9th. Yesterday brought some early AM showers and thunderstorms, and then a ton of sunshine and temps near 80 for most. And today will generally be the same, though temps will likely max out around the 70-degree mark, but with more showers and storms, likely with winds possibly gusting over 40 miles per hour at times as a cold front moves through from the west, which will help deliver much cooler temps in the 50s on Friday, along with continued breezy winds followed by tons of sunshine and 55 to 62 for highs on Saturday before more rain, especially in the PM hours on Sunday with highs in the mid to upper 60s. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And use our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Hi, this is Brian Griffiths, the founder of Maryland Podcast Month. Maryland Podcast Month was founded in 2018 to draw attention to all of the great podcasts and podcasters here in Maryland. And during this time of social distancing, there is no better time to start learning more about locally produced podcasts. Shows like my podcast, Red Maryland Radio, Eye on Annapolis, the Conduit Street Podcast, JB's Drive-In Podcast, the Maryland Crabs, Quality Time, the Society Fringe Players, and more are still putting out fresh content. Visit MarylandPodcastMonth.com to learn more about these great Maryland podcasts. That's MarylandPodcastMonth.com. And we thank you for your support of local content.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Makers Minute, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Third Eye Comics and other non-essential businesses can no longer do curbside pickup, but they're still doing home delivery to anyone within 40 minutes of Annapolis, and they have shipping options including a $5 flat rate, as well as having personal shoppers available to walk around the store and let you know what they have. They've also been doing a Facebook live stream every Tuesday showing off what they got to help keep us entertained. Third Eye is also offering battle bonds, just like war bonds of old. These help Third Eye through the tough times. In addition to a gift card for your battle bond, there's also perks that increase the longer you keep your bond without cashing it in. If you're looking for local streaming music, check out the Annapolis Streaming Facebook page, with more streaming concerts from The Scroll Show, Live Arts Maryland's Quarantine Concerts, virtual open mic nights, and more. Art Farm is still doing their Art Farm Sketch on Sketch challenges. There's a bunch of great art up, and there's plenty of time to catch up. Just look for the Facebook hashtag ArtFarmSketchOn and see some of the examples as well as the challenges. And summer camp registration is open at Art Farm. For a $100 down payment, you can reserve a spot for your kids for these great art camps and help Art Farm through this economic downturn for them. Camps include drawing, crafting, musical play production, mixed media, street art, graphic design, photography, and more. Also check out Art Farm's virtual art classes starting on Tuesday. Classes include beginner drawing, mixed media, watercolors, sumi-e painting, nature art, acrylic painting, beginner photography, and cartooning for both kids and adults. Over at Maryland Hall, check out their Pay It Forward to the Arts program. Just purchase a gift card from your favorite local restaurant or merchant and donate that card to Maryland Hall. They'll use that gift card as part of their silent auction at their Arts Alive celebration in September. Also check out Maryland Hall's list of summer camps for kids for when this is all over. The Anne Arundel County Public Library System has a bunch of programs going online. If you head over to aacpl.net and click on Watch Online Virtual Programming, you'll find a bunch of stuff, including Facebook Live story times, including bilingual story times, every weekday. Tomorrow they have The Great Movies, The Trip to Bountiful, that you can watch through the library's access to Canopy, spelled with a K. Tons of other great free movies on Canopy to check out as well. Then next Wednesday, the library is doing another poetry open mic night online with the Pongos Learning Lab and Coder Kids Club in Crofton. Check out their Facebook feed and website for fun things to check out online. They have articles that might give you some ideas of things to check out with your kids. Also get a free week access to Pongo's new online courses with the free week discount code. In addition to their slime, stop motion animation, and YouTube Stars online courses, they have one on how to build your own online course website like theirs, Girl Scout Brownies computer expert courses, and they now have their Coder Kids Club online. At Annapolis Makerspace, we've been busy trying to help out however we can in the local communities. We've been coordinating between groups that need supplies and other groups that can provide supplies. We've been doing our best to produce PPEs however we can. If you know of a local healthcare provider or anyone else in need of protective equipment, let us know and we'll try to get you in touch with whoever can help. Feel free to drop me a line at trevor@makeannapolis.org if you have any questions about anything. And be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Meetup to keep up on everything that we're doing. You can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website at makeannapolis.org. Try to have fun and stay safe. And remember, whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Whether it's a fire, a hurricane, or a virus, Annapolis comes together. We've done it time and time again, because this is a town that gets it, a town that knows how to lift each other up when the world falls down. As we face this new challenge, I encourage our community to come together as we've always done. I'm Steve Samaras from Zachary's Jewelers. I pledge to lend a hand to support my family, my team, my neighbors, and the small businesses in our town. Together, let's do what we've always done.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.